Professional chefs all want to break into the top ranks of the world's culinary elite. Deciding who has the talent to cut it is MasterChef judge Greg Wallace.
The flavours are beautiful. It's an absolute delight.
And culinary legend Michel Roux Jr. With 2 Michelin stars, he's expecting perfection.
Oh dear. Quite simply, not acceptable.
Cooking doesn't get better than this. These 3 chefs all share one ambition: to climb to the very top of their profession and become the inspiration of a generation. But in today's show, only one of them will be good enough to make it through to Friday's quarter-final.
Professional MasterChef. These guys are chefs already. We're looking for more than that. We are looking for the exceptional.
I have dedicated all my life to this. I really want to see chefs cooking like me. I want to see them giving their all.
I believe I'm a good chef. I believe you've got to have faith in yourself. No one would be here unless they were at the top of their game. I've got as good a chance as anyone else, and I'm quite happy to put up the fight.
I think I could win this competition because I've got the passion, I've got the flair. I do try and get perfection on the plate, and I want to be one of the very best chefs.
I'm very driven, you know, and what I want to do, I put my mind to it and I will get there. I want to be a Michelin star chef. I want to serve exceptional food in my restaurant.
We are looking for the one who is just waiting for the chance to show everybody how brilliant they are. Welcome to Professional MasterChef. I'm pretty sure all 3 of you share a dream. And that dream is to cook your own food at the highest possible level. The gentleman beside me is Chef Michel Roux Jr., who has held 2 Michelin stars in his own restaurant since 1991. Now, if anybody has trained and can spot talent in chefs, it's Michel.
I want to see flair, imagination, above all taste, skills. You have to prove to me that you are great chefs. Good luck.
Let's cook.
This is the versatility test. They have 50 minutes to show their skill by producing 2 completely different dishes out of today's ingredient: prawns. Their larder includes mango, couscous, peas, courgettes, rice, chili, coconut milk, and chorizo. And to test their presentation skills, a selection of plates and dishes.
I'm looking for technique, I'm looking for balance, and I'm looking for respect of the ingredients that they have. One of the things that I'll be looking for, have the chefs devein the prawn. Slicing down the back, removing the dirt trail so that we don't get any grit. I'd love to see the chefs using the heads of the prawn as well, making maybe a classic bisque or some kind of sauce with the heads. That would be wonderful.
Ever since a young age, always loved cooking, always knew that was what I wanted to do. I think what's going to make me stand out in the competition is the fact of my creativity. I'm very experimental in my food.
What are you cooking, Scott?
Couscous cake with red peppers, coconut milk, prawns on top, and mango puree.
Okay, mango, coconut milk, prawn, couscous, pepper.
Yeah.
You have eclectic tastes, Scott?
To be completely honest with you, it's not really the kind of dish that I'd usually come up with.
Is it a dish that you would enjoy eating, though?
Oh, very much so, otherwise I wouldn't cook it in the first place. I believe the flavours that work quite well together. The second dish, I'm kind of deciding as I'm going along, really, to be honest with you.
You have 20 minutes left.
The highlight of my career is being made Apprentice of the Year. But my dream would probably be to be the youngest chef to win 3 Michelin stars. That is my biggest aspiration.
Right, Sam.
Yeah.
So what are you cooking for us?
I'm going to cook a risotto of chorizo with prawns. And for the other one would be pea veloute, pan-fried prawns.
You're a little bit nervous, big fella.
A little bit.
Did you always dream of donning chef's whites?
When I was younger, I wanted to be an architect, but eventually came into the kitchen and really enjoyed it.
So, you wanted to be an architect. Are we going to see some fanciful plating up?
Maybe. A bit of style on the plate.
You have 10 minutes, gentlemen.
I'm very focused on what I do. I don't like making mistakes. By winning this competition, it'll show everyone I can do something and I can be good at what I do.
Right, Robert, so what are you cooking for us today?
One, I'm doing a coconut rice with Thai scented prawns. And for the other dish, I'm going more towards the Mediterranean, roasted courgettes and peppers, grilled chorizo sausage and the prawns on top of that.
Why are you putting yourself through this?
Because I see it as a challenge. I believe this is the next step for my career. I've reached a level in my cooking and I want to go further. And I believe this will be the springboard for getting me that over the hill.
Chefs, 5 minutes only. This is going to test them right now. I reckon this is probably the hardest round that they're going to have to face.
I'm looking for a prawn that's going to be sweet and succulent and cooked at the very last second, so it's still juicy and moist. It's so easy to ruin a good prawn.
That's it. Time's up.
"26-year-old Scott is hoping his first dish of pan-fried prawns on a couscous cake with mango puree and coconut dressing will show his experimental side."
It looks fairly dainty, quite pretty. The couscous is most bizarre. It's lacking in flavour, in depth, in oomph, in something to really lift it up. This whole dish is a mishmash to me. It's all different cultures, different things going on. This, to me, does not work.
Everything there is sweet, sweet mango. The prawn struggles to come through. I don't think you have to try that hard to impress.
Will Scott's second dish, a prawn soup with potatoes, peas and bacon, reach the high standards expected?
I think it looks fantastic. Salty from the bacon, lovely, smooth broth. The sweetness of the prawn, that's good flavours.
I could drink a bowl of that. I think the flavours are wonderful.
There's nothing better than that, you know. People can tell you all day long in the restaurant, but if you get someone of his stature telling you he enjoys his food, it's brilliant. It's really good.
22-year-old Sam swapped architecture for cooking. But will it give his presentation an edge with his first dish of poached prawns, pea and lime leaf veloute, pan-fried new potatoes and rocket salad?
Visually, I think it could work. It's just a little bit slapdash. Cardinal mistake. The prawn hasn't been deveined. The potato is undercooked. The pea veloute, you've gone and put a lime leaf in there, and it's killed the taste of the naturally sweet pea. It really does nothing for me.
It just tastes very, very unusual. I'm pretty sure you can do much better than this.
His second dish is prawn and chorizo risotto.
I like this plate. I think this looks lovely.
Thank you.
The rice is too creamy. It's a combination, I feel, that could have worked really well.
Yeah.
Yep, the idea behind it is sound. It's just the execution.
Almost. Very, very nearly perfect. The cream coats your tongue and your mouth before you even get a flavour.
I felt quite confident when I was coming in, but I think it just took over that I was the youngest chef here. And then just the pressure of cooking in front of Michel Roux.
30-year-old Robert is determined to succeed. Will his first dish of sautéed prawns, a tien or stack of Mediterranean vegetables, and a rocket salad reflect his ambition?
I really love this plate. It's singing out Mediterranean tunes, which I love. The prawns are cooked beautifully, well seasoned. It's a well-balanced dish.
Thank you very much.
I could eat the whole plate.
Sweet, almost smoky pepper, paprika, sweet prawn. I think you got off to a very, very good start here, Robert.
Will his Thai prawn curry, coconut rice and mango and chili salsa be as well received?
That mango honey sweetness giving way to the soft coconut with a hint of lime in it, and then onto the sweetness of the prawns is very, very nice indeed.
The prawns are cooked beautifully. Your coconut sauce around it is heavenly.
To have the nice comments has given me the thought that maybe what I do is good. And so, yeah, I'm actually really going to push myself in this last round, and I hope I want to be the one to go through.
However well or badly you feel you may have done, we have another round to go. Go and get a break. We'll get you back in soon. Thank you.
My first impressions is that all three are chefs. Good knife skills, all three of them. These guys were working methodically. I like that in the chef. Scott, why on earth did he try and mix all of that on the plate? That was an unmitigated disaster. His soup, though, was delicious. That proves to me that that guy does understand fundamental flavours that go well together.
It wasn't a total disaster. They did enjoy one of my dishes I was doing, so if I just stick to that, I think I'm still in a good chance.
Sam did a risotto, but it was almost terrific.
The problem with Sam was the nerves had got to him, but in a really, really bad way. Just needs to get it together and believe in himself.
Not deveining the prawns is a mistake that shouldn't happen. Shocking. Just too nervous.
Robert, so far, I think, has produced 2 plates of great food. He can understand it, but can he take it on the next step?
I think I still need to prove that I can push it that little bit further. You know, I've done nice dishes, but like they said, nice is not good enough. They need to be spot-on dishes, and I need to really, really show them that I can do that.
They're all pretty good, but pretty good's not good enough. We are looking for a real star.
The classic test is there for them to prove to us that they really have an understanding of great cuisine, because in my view, you cannot be a great chef if you haven't mastered the classics.
In front of you on these benches, you have the ingredients for 2 classic recipes. Spinach and ricotta ravioli with a pesto, and zabaione.
2 classic dishes, 1 hour 20 to cook them. You are professionals, you should have a very good understanding of the classics.
There's nowhere to hide with the classic. Everybody's eaten them before. Everybody has an expectation and understanding of them.
Traditionally a peasant dish, spinach and ricotta ravioli are stuffed envelopes of pasta which are thought to originate from the Liguria region of northern Italy. Today, they'll be serving them with pesto.
To make award-winning ravioli, you need skills, you need finesse. The secret to great pasta is in the cooking. Rolling out the pasta nice and thin. It has to be thin. You have to be able to see through the pasta the stuffing. Then folding it and pinching the sides so that the pasta doesn't open. Timing is of the essence. It has to be cooked at the last minute and cooked al dente, still with a little bite in it.
Their second classic is an Italian zabaione, known in French as a sabayon. This light custard can be flavoured with vanilla or fruit.
It's a wonderful, beautiful dessert. For me, a sabayon is all about the egg yolk. Into a bowl, over a steaming pot, whisked. You can put in some sweet wine, some vermouth, some masala, some brandy, whatever takes your fancy. It should be frothy, fluffy, yet rich and unctuous.
Everybody's eating ravioli. What's going to make yours a fine dining experience?
Just cracking down and making sure that you're getting the basics spot on for it, and then it really should speak for itself, I believe. I'm feeling quite confident about this one.
You look confident, I like it.
All right, mate.
I feel a lot better.
So, Robert, you got the understanding of classical cookery?
I think I have a reasonable understanding of the classics. They can go wrong very, very easily, but if you get them right, they're nice.
How can you make a ravioli dish worthy of a MasterChef quarter-final?
I've got some ideas up my sleeve. I don't want to reveal too much at the moment, so we'll just wait and see.
That's giving it even more expectation. You realise that, don't you? 20 minutes left.
The classics, do they scare you, or are you going to pull this off?
I've got to pull it off, really, after the last round.
What do you think we are now looking for in Sam the Chef?
Improvement, not as much nerves, a bit more flair.
I think the only person who ever doubted themselves this morning was you.
I think so, yeah.
Two minutes, seriously, get it on the plates. Time's up.
With a quarter-final place at stake, will the chef's classic dishes reach the standard required? First under scrutiny is their spinach and ricotta ravioli with pesto.
Your one first, Scott.
Earlier, Scott's experimental approach let him down. Can he now impress with the classics?
We get all the flavours through there. I like the fact that the pasta is quite thin. Flavour-wise, you're not far off.
I would eat it and I would enjoy it. I like the pasta. I like the tang of the pesto. Robert. It's split, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The edge is coming off.
Just gone wrong.
It's lost its flavour there, and I think that's probably a leak in the ravioli.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think your stuffing was well balanced. I think that was all right, but
Yeah.
no, it doesn't work. There are too many mistakes there.
That's very, very watery coming out of there.
Yeah.
I think it must be the spinach.
Yeah.
It's just, no, it's bordering on unpleasant. Unfortunately, Robert.
Yeah.
Sam? It's very rustic. I think too rustic to be called fine dining. The pasta's definitely thicker than anybody else's. I've got a lovely tang of metallic basil. And then it just went because I was just chomping away on that big heavy pasta.
Yeah.
Sam, oh dear. Ravioli are quite simply not acceptable.
It's now down to the zabaione. It's the last chance for the chefs to prove themselves.
Scott, you again.
Scott has chosen to flavour his zabaione with lemon zest.
I like the presentation of the glass bowl. That's how, for me, a sabayon should be served. I like the choice of the lemon. I think that works well with this particular sabayon. You're not far off there.
Slightly acidic, that's good. It's got a booze base, that's good. But it's really, really sweet. Do you think you've really delivered us food of Michelin standard?
I don't believe it's of the highest standard. I don't believe it's as high a standard as it should or could be. But hopefully it's enough to get me as far, get me next step.
Robert.
Robert has added grapes soaked in the sweet wine sauterne to his zabaione.
Robert, I like this. It's beautiful, lovely, lovely presentation. And if you hold it up, you can see the layers with the fruit at the bottom, which is nice. The sauterne grapes work beautifully well with that. Grapes, sauterne, sabayon. Great combination, can't fault it.
The flavours are beautiful. It's only slightly sweet. It's got a little bit of citrus to it. And then you come into that grape. It's an absolute delight.
Thank you, you made my day.
Robert, you looked absolutely gutted when we tasted your ravioli. You feel better now?
Yeah, I mean, I let myself down and I know it. I put a lot of my heart and soul into cooking over the last 7 years. And, you know, to blow it on something like that would be a travesty, I feel.
Right, Sam.
Sam has flavoured his zabaione with citrus fruit, but he's gone all out on presentation and garnished it with a fig.
I don't like the brown smear. Don't like it. I get a bit frustrated when I see chocolate and I can't pick it up. The citrus in there is really cleansing. Good flavours.
I like the texture. It's very, very fluffy, very frothy. It's unctuous, smooth. That's good. Good.
Thank you. The sabayon, I had some good comments about. It was quite a good feeling at the end of the day after a few mistakes that I've had.
We have a lot of judging to do. Thanks for your efforts. Off you go. Get a cup of tea. There wasn't fault-free cooking in here today, but there most definitely was quite a large demonstration of skill. Sam, I liked his risotto in the first round. His zabaione wasn't bad.
Sam's sabayon was actually good, but the The pasta dish that Sam made us was abysmal.
The pasta was unacceptable for me, and it's definitely unacceptable for them because they're looking for the very best. I just hope maybe if they want to take a chance, then I can actually show them next time what I'm capable of doing.
I don't think it's being cruel to say Sam cannot go through.
That leaves us with Robert or Scott. Scott had a nightmare with a couscous cake and mango, but his soup tasted every bit as good as it looked.
Scott's soup, for me, was a revelation. It was delicious. And then his ravioli, I thought were very good. I actually thought that wasn't far off.
My pasta dish, I think it'll probably be my saving grace today. And I think near the end I started to get a little bit more confident, and I showed that I was a lot more happier being in the kitchen.
Robert did so well in the versatility test.
Robert's salad, for me, was perfect. It was beautifully seasoned, and it was cleverly dressed. It showed a high level of skill and understanding. His sabayon was nice. I liked it. It was presented well. He put the grapes in there, which was a great move. That is what I would have done.
And then his ravioli was a disaster in the classic recipe test.
The ravioli, you know, maybe that'll come back to haunt me one day, but I know I can do a hell of a lot better than that. So, you know, I hope they understand that.
It is really hard to separate the two of them.
In my mind, I'm toing and froing. Scott or Robert? And the chef going through to the next round is Robert.
Yeah, okay, can you stop filming now?
Can't let one stumbling block get me down completely. Obviously, it's a big blow, but you know, I've still got a lot of future ahead of me. You know, the best is still to come. So
I'm a bit gutted, really, because I haven't proved what I can do. It's been a learning curve, but I still think I've got what it takes to be a Michelin-starred chef.
A compliment like that from two guys that know what they're talking about is just amazing, you know, and it's been the ultimate boost for me. I'm stoked.
Robert will be back tomorrow when he battles 3 other heat winners in the quarter-final of Professional MasterChef.
If the food critics see any fault, they will really lay into them.
Will their keys unlock a thatched pub or a modern glass building? All will be revealed in the restaurant in an hour. Next, though, on BBC Two, all the highs and lows from Beijing in Games Today.